Alright, hello everyone, it's Silver Kyle here, and today I would like to talk about the Wii U because we are 1 month away from the launch here in North America. It comes out November 18th, and I cannot wait. Personally, I am just freaking out. I am like a kid at Christmas, and I have to wait an extra month before my presents get here. So I'm just, I cannot wait. I keep saying this every time that I talk about the Wii U, just because I am that excited. We haven't had a new console launch here for 6 years. Last one was 2006, so, it's just... It's so exciting. So I'm going to be talking about the games that are coming out for the Wii U for the launch games. But I will say though, there's no real official list. Like I'm going off of IGN right now, but I do know that I checked like Amazon and like EB Games, GameStop, and even Wikipedia, and they all kind of have different dates for some of the games. So there's no real clear list, but I'll just go off of IGN's because it seems somewhat reliable, so I'll go with that. There's 23 games listed here, and I'll also talk about 2 games that might also be launch games, but I'm not sure yet. It just looks like there's a possibility because of other sites as well. So next time, Nintendo, make sure that we know what games are coming out, because I think that might affect them in a bad way, because some people might not have pre-ordered the system because they were like, well, I don't know if this game is actually coming out for the Wii U at launch. Because, for example, Pikmin 3, it was rumored to be a launch game, and if not, a very early launch game, like in December or something, like a month after or something. But now it's almost confirmed that it's only 2013 and a spring release, so even longer of a wait. So, that was my most anticipated Wii U game. And now I have to wait. I'm still, there's other games that I am obviously excited for, but there was a lot of games that, Rayman Legends, for example, that's another game that's being postponed, that won't be there at launch. So there's a few games, and I think Nintendo's kind of missing the ball, but at least, they listen to the fans and they put a Mario game out there. So anyway, that's enough of that. Oh, and I also did pre-order the Wii U. I do have a pre-ordered copy of the system. I got it through GameStop, and I have the premium edition, which comes out with Nintendo Land as well. So I'm quite happy for that because, some locations were only accepting like a certain amount of system pre-orders, and I got mine a week or so after that it was announced, and it was crazy how much that, some stores only had a limited quantity, and they were basically out by the weekend that it was announced. So I'm glad I got mine. So let's start off with Assassin's Creed 3. So this is obviously coming out for the Xbox 360 and PS3 at the end of October, and it's basically 3 weeks of a delay to get it on the Wii U. Now that's not too bad. That's kind of acceptable because a lot of the Wii U titles are kind of games that have been out, previously been on the Xbox 360 or the PS3, and they're just now becoming like a Wii U multi-plat. And I think it's just Nintendo really trying to show that, we are finally getting all the multi-platforms that we missed around when we had the Wii. So we're getting them now, and in a way I understand that, but I don't think they're going to get a lot of sales because a lot of people will already have these games previously. But still, 3 weeks isn't too bad for Assassin's Creed 3. However, Batman Arkham City Armored Edition. Now, Armored Edition is a little bit of like an extended edition, I guess, for the Batman Arkham City game. So it's kind of like the Armored Edition is exclusive to the Wii U, but it's just extra content from what I'm gathering. But, Batman came out last year, so I don't think a lot of people will hopping onto this, but at least they made some extra content on this. Next one is Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Now, here's once again another game that's just going to be coming out like 5 days before the Wii U is launched. And that makes complete sense. That I'm really glad they have that in there because it shows that they are able to make Call of Duty games for the Wii U, and it's basically the exact same thing as the Xbox 360 or PS3. So that I completely understand why that's there, and I'm interested to actually see how well it will sell for the Wii U compared to the other systems. Darksiders 2, another game that came out I think this summer, so at least it's a 2012 release, but I can't see that selling amazingly well. Next is Disney Epic Mickey 2, The Power of Two. That's coming out on all systems. The first game was a Wii exclusive, but this one is a multi-platform game now, and it's coming out on the exact day that it's coming out for the other systems. Next is EA Sports FIFA Soccer 13. Okay, I don't know if that was released earlier, or I don't know about that game. ESPN Sports Connection, once again, I don't know. Sports games, Game Party Champions, that's probably going to be a miss. Just Dance 4, you know, the Just Dance games, the only real fun one was the Kinect one, and that was just like a party type of game. And it's, I don't know, maybe, you know, you never know. New Super Mario Bros. U. This, I think, is going to be their biggest game because obviously everyone loves Mario. But I will say that, I don't know, the new Super Mario games, they're fun, but they're not the best Mario games out there. They're still really good. It's just not, if you can't compare them. Well, you can compare them to the other games, I guess, but it's just like the other games, like the other 2D Mario games are up here, and then the new Super Mario Bros. Are just a little bit lower, you know? So I'm super excited though. This is probably my most anticipated game that is coming out for the Wii U launch. Next is Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge. Once again, an old game, but it's just showing that there's mature content for the Wii U. So I understand why it's there. I just don't think it'll sell amazingly well, but it's just to prove a point, you know? Nintendo Land, now that's probably my second most anticipated game that's coming out for the launch. It looks like just like a regular party game that you would have from Nintendo, but it has, you know, instead of just sticking to Mario games, they're just going with all the main Nintendo franchises, and I really think that's really cool on their part. And one of the funnest ones that I've seen for the minigames is the one with Luigi's Mansion, where you're basically 4 characters, and then the person that has the big pad for the Wii U controller is the ghost, and he's going around and trying to find them. It just looks really, really fun, and I can't wait to try that out. That could be like a very, very good party game. Nintendo always does an okay job. They never do like a bad party game that I've seen, like for their first party titles. Obviously there are a lot of like, you know, shovelware for the Wii that came out, but I'm talking about first party like Mario Party games, and, you know, the sports games that Nintendo always makes. Next is Rabbids Land. From Ubisoft, that might do good. I'm not too excited for it though. Scribblenauts Unlimited. I've played Scribblenauts on the DS, the first one, and it was kind of cool for a while, but then it just lost my interest after like half an hour. It's just not one of those games that I can really get into. Next is Sing Party. Skylanders Giants is another one. That is, I think, a multi-platform game. I'm not sure if it's coming out around that time. But it must be close enough. And the Skylander, they're very kiddie oriented, but they actually seem fun. I've never actually played the new Skylanders games, but they look interesting. So I'm kind of interested in that one eventually. I don't know if I would pick it up for the Wii U though. Next is Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed. It's the sequel to the Sonic and All-Stars racing game that they had a year or two ago. I can't remember exactly. And that's actually coming out on the exact launch day that it's coming out. That's supposed to come out for the other systems as well, which is good. Next is Tekken Tag Tournament 2 Wii U Edition. Once again, another game that's already out. Transformers Prime, which is a new, I think it's more of a cartoonish type of Transformers game. I've looked at some of it because I was like, well, maybe I'll give it a shot, but it doesn't look like my type of game. Next is Your Shape Fitness Evolved 2013. You know, the shape and fitness games that they made for the Wii U have actually done quite well. And I've actually tried them, and they're kind of like, to get into shape, it's pretty fun actually. I wouldn't use it to do that because I actually like to work out and actually go out jogging. But you know, for somebody that, you know, can't do that and they want to make it more interesting, that is a cool way to do it. Next is Warriors Orochi 3 Hyper. I had no idea that this game was coming out. I've never heard of this game before, but apparently it's a combination of a bunch of, like, you know, the Dynasty Warriors and like Dead or Alive characters and like Ninja Gaiden characters all put together in a Dynasty Warriors type game. So it's just, you know, big huge hack and slash, tons of people on the field, and you're doing this big huge battle. And then there's also, which was weird to see this, there's a fighting game. Like, I did not expect that. So there's 2 different games to it, or two different, I don't know, modes to it. So I'm actually kind of interested in this now. I don't know if I will pick it up, but it has certainly caught my eye and my attention. Next is Wipeout the Game 3, party type game. The Wipeout series on TV is actually hilarious. I looked at it, but it doesn't seem there's enough to it. And last but not least is Zombie U, which is, you know, just another big zombie game that's coming out. And to me, it kind of reminds me of Dead Island just because of the trailer, because they did like a very slow motion trailer with like the sad music, kind of like how Dead Island did it. I think that, you know, zombies are just so big now that everybody's trying to make a zombie game, but it actually does look kind of fun, and I am interested in that game. Now, the other two games that aren't on this list, but there's a possibility that they will be out for the launch, are Tank Tank Tank, which is one of the few, you know, multiplayer games that might be coming out for the Wii U, and that's based off of the arcade game. It's just, you know, you're a tank, and it's your third-person shooter type of thing. You go around in a tank and you shoot a bunch of other people. So, you know, I'm kind of interested in that just because it is one of the few multiplayer games. So if it was coming out for launch, I might pick it up, depending on the price, of course. I'm pretty sure that everything's going to be $60, but there's a chance that some games might be $50. There's a lot, like, it's very vague, I find. I'm trying to hype this up, but it's like, you gotta give me more, Nintendo. And then the other game that I'm really hoping that comes out for the Wii U, and I'm really hoping that it doesn't disappoint me, because it's one of those games that can be a hit or miss. I'm really interested in it though, and it's Marvel the Avengers Battle for Earth. I know, you're like, what? Some of you probably don't even know about this game. Basically what it is, it's like a first-person game where you either play as the Hulk and you have his hands in front of you and you're fighting, or you're Iron Man and you're shooting with your hands, or you're Captain America and you have your shield, or you're Thor and you have the hammer. But it's basically like an Avengers game, but it's a first-person shooter. Not a first-person shooter, but well, kind of. Like, you're going around in a first-person view. And you're as an Avenger, and it actually looks really, really fun. It looks really unique from like other games that, you know, like, it's not a first-person shooter, and it's not like a fighting game either. It's like a combination of both, and I don't know. It's the Avengers. The Avengers, you know, Marvel superheroes are just so awesome. I'm a big comic book fan, so this is right up my alley, and it just really looks neat. So I'm really hoping that comes out, but there's no real official date, but there's a possibility that it might be there for the launch. So, and if it was, I'm thinking I might pick it up. Most chances are, I'm almost 100% certain that I would pick it up. But it's one of those games that, you know, might just be like complete crap, and you're like, God, the controls are horrible, and like, why did I pick this up and pay full price? But it's a risk I would be willing to take. So that's the list. Now I'll just go over the games that I'm interested in. I'm probably only going to be picking up 3 or 4 games. Already I have a Nintendo Land, so that only leaves like 2 or 3 other games that I will be picking up. I don't want to spoil exactly what I'm getting, because even, well, one game I'm pretty sure that I'm getting, and I'm sure you can all guess which one it is, but I won't reveal it just in case, but I will say all the games that I'm interested in and that I could see myself picking up in the next few months, maybe at Christmas as well. Asking for Christmas. Disney Epic Mickey 2, The Power of Two. If I did pick up that game, it would be for the Wii U, not for the other systems. New Super Mario Bros. U, obviously. Nintendo Land, obviously. Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transform, that's also a multi-platform game, but I would probably pick it up for the Wii U, just to try it out on that system. Warriors Orochi 3 Hyper, because it's really caught my attention. Zombie U, and then the possibilities of Tank 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 and Marvel Avengers Battle for Earth. So those are the main games that I'm looking forward to. And there's obviously other games that are coming out. Pikmin 3 is probably the biggest one that's coming out later on. Rayman Legends as well. What else is coming out? That Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, that looks really cool. Game & Wario. That's about it. Those are the main games anyway. Oh, and The Wonderful 101. I have no idea when that's coming out, but that certainly has my attention as well. That looks really fun. So that's my Wii U hype video. I don't even know what to call this. I'm super excited. I'm kind of let down because a lot of the games kind of were pushed back, but there are still a lot of games that I'm looking forward to. I really want to try out the controller, and I'm hoping that they're not too gimmicky, the games that first come out. I'm hoping that they're still very good and very solid. And actually, I just found out that the Pro controller, the one that's actually like, all my controllers are to the side, the one that actually kind of looks like an Xbox 360 controller or a PS3 controller, more so the Xbox 360, it's actually an homage to the Super Nintendo. They showed like the Super Nintendo parts of it. I don't know if you can actually get the Super Nintendo controller that has like the colors of the Super Nintendo, but I just saw that and I was just like, oh my god, like I cannot wait to see this controller and play it. And I hope that, like, you know, when they make games that you can buy on like the Wii U Virtual Console, that you can actually use that to play all the games. Because it just, I don't know, I just freaked out when I saw that. So I'm quite excited for everything, both the big controller and the Pro controller. I'm super excited for the Wii U. I will be doing an unboxing. I will be unboxing all my games. I'm hoping to do reviews for all my games. I'm hoping to try to, you know, have at least one review out by, you know, the week after the Wii U is launched, and possibly two, or just, you know, I'm hoping to have like reviews of all my games within the first 2 weeks of the system launching. And I'm just gonna, like, on that day, I'm taking a vacation day because I know I'm gonna be working on that Sunday, but I'm gonna take a vacation day and just play the Wii U the entire day. So thank you all for watching. Let me know in the comments if you're excited for the Wii U, or if you're kind of upset, you know, that a lot of the games are gonna be pushed back. Are you planning to pick up the system, and which games you are most looking forward to? So you've been Bearded In. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Beardage.
Wii U.
Beardage.